Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Final Fantasy series playthrough, episode 261, Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, Part 8. Well, I said we were going to start most of these streams with the opening, but when I turned my PS5 on, the game was still running, so we were still here. So, oh well. No prelude this time. Or if we get prelude, we will earn it by having done story. What's our status right now? Oh, Bosch just maxed out his level again. Somehow I missed that last time. Here I need to upgrade. Don't think so. No, should probably do the shell shield. Because I think I actually have that item. So. More battle lore. Field block. The tanks might be almost done. Stack magic lore. And actually should probably get Isuna, just so somebody else has it. Yeah, maybe not as close as I thought. Oh. 500,000 clan points, okay. I didn't realize I was getting clan points for individual kills. I thought that was for marks only. I mean, I guess that does explain how you're supposed to get to the 50 million or so that's available. I'm glad I decided to come this way. I see we have the map over there. Oh, just equipping the shield gives you shell. I see, I see. Gonna have to get Balthier some points in the stuff that makes his spells last longer. Which I assume is something that he has on his tree. But so far we've been focusing on what I consider to be our tank and our healer. And letting the DPS fall back a little bit. But we seem to be doing just about as much damage with our tanks as we do with our damage dealers, so... But that could also be because our tanks are like 10 levels higher than our damage dealers, so... Alright, where's that door that had a note on it? Because I need to actually read that note and take notes on it. Assuming that it is actually important. Here it is. Okay. Wayfarer traveling the road to Arcades. The pilgrim's door holds naught for you. That way lie trouble and confusion. You who are yet drawn toward the pilgrim's door. Okay. The Heart of Time. The deeds you must accomplish. Share their place midst the falls. From the heart, look north to heaven. From the heart, step south to earth. walk in time's footfalls to open the way. Okay, and I'm assuming I cannot currently open the door. No. We are currently in the Mirror of the Soul, which would not be the Heart of Time, though.
Yeah.
We might be doing some puzzling tonight, which might mean very little progress, except probably a lot of levels gained as we run back and forth fighting enemies. Okay, last time... I feel like we went the other way, but we could access this way from the sanctuary. Yes, yes we can. And this is the Falls of Time. Not the Heart of Time. Falls. Also, the path is blocked part of the way, so let's just go ahead and go north. Destiny's March. I feel like this is going to lead us to the same side of the falls we've already been on. Yes. We need to work our way around. Alright, nothing to be had this way. Yet. Oh. Unexpected boss fight. What do we got here? That's not an Ahriman. How much damage could I do if I hit this thing with a... What's it? It looks undead, so is it susceptible to... Susceptible to healing damage. Oh, I didn't see the bar go up. Oh, now there's two of them. Lovely. Alright, Fran, I would like you to target a... Oh, you haven't even unlocked the higher... You have Curaga. Yeah, Curaga. On the enemy. That hit him pretty hard. Okay, Fran might be about to drop. Okay, Phoenix down. Get Fran back up, please.
At your best.
High potion on Fran. That wasn't too bad. All of Shadow Light. Well, Ash is gonna drop soon. Thank you, Gran. You did that fast enough, the game didn't even have time to tell me to change party leaders. Of course, Balthier's not going to last much longer, but I guess we transition to the next room, it'll clear. Right? Doesn't it do that? It's not. Temptation eluded.
At your best.
Chamber of the Chosen. Ah, it's related to a hunt that we have not started yet. At least I think we haven't started it yet. Yeah, I don't think we've started it yet.
Smells less like a capital, more like a sewer.
Even empires have need of sewers. The runoff from Arcades proper pools here, those who lack papers to live in the city itself. The mighty who have fallen, and the fallen who would be mighty. Their eyes never leave Arcades.
I guess it must be a lot nicer than this place.
Oh, to be sure. Arcades reeks of a different filth. Let's be off. We can follow our noses to Draclaw.
Alright, so we have reached Arcades. Could have a lot of stuff to sell because we were running around in the plains for a long time. Although we were getting a lot of pelts or a lot of pebbles dropping, which those don't help much. Okay, maggoty flesh is worth more than I expected it to be, and we got a lot of that. Well, this guy could not afford fare back to Rabanastre. I think he could probably afford it now. Or I guess not. He's been giving me money. Alright, buy. What do we got here? Oh, he just sells junk. There's a swarm of dancing Moogles there. I think there was. He sought to play Kupo Podilo. Said he, I'll take you far away. A gourmet tour he promised us, but all we've had is curves and whey. Okay. Entering the capital, you have credentials? No credentials? You can't just open our gates to any old riffraff who happen to come by, passing by. Be off with you, commoner. Well, well, well. There's a sight for sore eyes. Didn't think I'd be seeing you again. Not here. Oh, wonderful. Enter the street. A pirate would do well to smile. Wouldn't want to sour his reputation. You know this guy? Old friend. He's a street ear, a peddler of rumor and hearsay, by the name of Jules. He'd bite a gill given him by his own mother and shave it by half to pay for her funeral. Sometimes an ear with tight purse strings. Sometimes an ear with tight purse strings, the order of the day. Like when a pirate decides he fancies going up in the world. To the city, you know, away. In Arcades, knowledge is power, and power has a way of opening doors, boy. Now, a fool will buy a sack of feathers for his pillow, but a wise man, he'll buy the whole stinking cockatrice and get his fill of meat in the bargain. So, wise man, how does 1,500 gil sound? Right, boy, you learn fast. I call this meeting to order. Tell me, boy, heard any rumors in town? I haven't heard much of anything. I need to hear before I talk. A boy would do well to see that his ears can pick up off the streets. So now we need to walk around talking to people and come back to him with something interesting. City's just up these stairs. Me head says all I've got to do is walk up them, but my feet are trembling. What with the assassination and all. I spent some time in the city once, gathering up all the information I could lay me hands on. But it turns out some of it weren't true. Before long, I ended up back down here. I have plans to go to the city with my bow. But he's kept me waiting for hours. I expect he's lost. He's so provincial. Best not speak to me, lest my ill luck rub off on you. I lost everything. Everything. Ah, if I'd only had the right information. People around here, they're the ones what didn't make it up there. Dregs, dropouts. I tire of the vulgar life, but I'll get out. Come to hear a tale, perhaps. A lot to be learned from the stories of the past. A lot your youngster seems to have forgotten. To your peril, you should show a little more respect for fairy tales. Going on from here? On from here is Arcades. You go there, you best watch yourself. People there, they'd pluck the feathers from a living chocobo if they thought they could make profit on them. I'd turn back if I was you. Trying to go up to Arcades, perchance? I know the type. All hopes and dreams, never any knowledge. You wouldn't venture into battle without a blade, am I right? Go to the city without the proper knowledge. It's the same thing. And I'll tell you something else. It was knowledge what brought them senators to their knees. That's the truth. Still want to go to the city? Don't think you can look down on me. I'm saving McGill to get out of here and up there. I've got a bag full of coin put aside already. That is, I had a bag full of coin, till someone came along and stole it. I was sure I'd be safe as houses in that barrel. Be safe as houses in that barrel, too. McGrand's got me worried. Keeps on talking about going to the city, making her fortune. Making her fortune. He's old. You think you might not stare at me? I'm in the midst of a very important conversation. I'll tell you a secret. It stays between us two, right? I spied something incredible just... What? Wouldn't you like to know? It was a bag of coin. Just thrown in a barrel it was. With a hoard like that, the city will be me oyster. Now don't go telling anyone, here. Me? I'm ready to begin a new life up in the city, that's for sure. I've been tricked out of all I owned before, but this time I'll go prepared. Know where the Alley of Muted Sighs got her name? See, there's two kinds of people here. Them as want to go up to the city, and them as want to keep those people down here where they belong, telling them lies and spreading misinformation to confuse them. Them poor ones what never made it up, they're the ones what are sighing, see? You weren't headed up to the city, were you? Hello there. Oh, don't bother trying to talk to her. The sister's not stopped looking off into the distance since her fellow went up to the city. I've been told that joining the Watch is a good way to get on in the world, yet others tell me it's a hard life, full of hard choices. What to do, what to be. That's the problem with too much information. It's difficult to make up your mind. But we ain't here for your viewing pleasure. Nor are we begging. Nor are we blocking up your precious gutter. Not yet, at least. Get lost. Away, away! My granddad was a right important man up in the city, don't you know? Hush with you, sweetheart. Begging your pardon, sir. Pay her no mind. She talks about things she knows little of. I have a lot in me past, but today I'm just one of the proud wretches of Old Town clinging onto the underbelly of the Empire. Now leave us be. Little brother's back. Pride and joy of the clans come back with tales from the city. So how was it? Don't tell me. You made a mint, didn't you? Enough for all of us, I'll bet. Well, I did set up a shop, but the competition. Guard down for a moment, the next store over will slip a knife in your ribs. How I've wanted to come home. I'm bloomin' hungry. My mom and my gran keep telling me that sitting's best for when you're hungry. But I don't seem to be working for me. Maybe if I have a chat with Mum, I'll forget about me empty belly. Maybe not. I'm bloomin' hungry. It is good to be home. Those who went up to the city and never came back, they either made it or fell by the wayside. Forgotten, but not for me. This geezer? I ain't dead. Not by a stretch. He was a soldier once. Made it pretty far, it seems. He'd lived a full life, if you ask me. Once she's got going, no, she don't have to go on. I only hope her granddad sets her straight. Ain't my place to worry about it, I suppose. I'm off tomorrow to Destiny. Mark my words, I'll be the richest man in Arcadia soon, and I'll bring you a diamond big enough to prove it. So soon? No. I knew to come in time. Spare me the diamond. Just stay true. I'll be waiting. Oi, you there. You look like someone who knows a good deal when he sees it. How about some Moogles then? I've got 8 of them. Discount if you take the lot. It's a bargain. They're cute. They dance. That Sikh over there seems a bit dodgy. Says he's a merchant of some sort, but I haven't seen him peddling any wares. That bridge up there? On the far side of that is the Imperial City of Arcades. When I get a bit bigger, I'm gonna be a soldier there. Who am I? Plain to see. I'm one of the many what tried to make it up in the city and fell back down here. If only I hadn't signed that paper. Yeah, I was an ardent with the rest of them. All it took was one broker. One binding agreement and nary a scruple in sight. If I find him, I'll... You want something? Oh, how to get to the city? Up these stairs, then off to the west. Entrance is up there. Better be prepared, mate. My dad's the head of one of them big entry prizes up in the city. You mean he was the head? Ain't there no more. There's lots of them around here. Them as used to be heads, I mean. I tire of swapping tidbits of information in the street. Though there's naught else I fancy doing, truth be told. That's the problem with success. You wonder why I sit here, doing naught day come, day go? I've done me a bit for the Empire. That's why. I've earned me rest. Don't you ever fancy a rest, young'un? You have business with us? I'll tell you straight out, we've no money, but don't even bother trying to relieve us of it. I played many a man false in the city. So I did. Of course, I was being played just the same, though I didn't know. I ruined so many men. It is all I can do now to hide myself here and hope I don't run into any of my former clients. What am I doing? Gathering tidbits of knowledge, that's what. Think I got bags of time like you oldies? 'Cause I ain't. Brother mine, if we'd only bought them cockatrices when we had a chance, we'd be rich men today, we would. Brother mine, cockatrice meat not half as tasty as they'd have you believe. This recent interest in them's a fad, you mark my words. Cockatrices or no, our fate's the same. What can you catch here? Lots of things, I suppose. Depends on what you're fishing for. Me, I'm fishing from the past. For the fire of my youth. What? No, you can't feed a family with the past. But you can keep yourself warm. Headed to the city, are you? Going to be a soldier like the rest of them? Wish you luck. You go up there, you die a little inside. A part of you goes cold black, just like them senators. I'd stay down here if I were you. Now, that's a face I dislike. The eyes, beady, shining. Eyes that see but ne'er show. You know the sort. Whom do I speak of? Vain, of course. Only a man like that could do what he's done. Killing his own two brothers in cold blood for opposing the Emperor. Yours is an unfamiliar face. You're here hoping to go up to the city. Best find yourself information that's like to interest the ardents and the gentry. Word travels fast in this town. New information is born, grows old, and dies in a day. The Emperor's assassination? Ancient history, my friend. Welcome to Arcades. Old Arcades, it is. The people here, they all took their dreams up to the city. Adam stripped away, fell back down. Come to buy information or perhaps to sell? Knowledge is what makes this town work. Why, if I had a gill or a chop to spare, I'd make an offer for what you know right now. This is new. Plenty of worms come up out of the ground here, but not many of them are the sort with legs. Come to make your fortune in the capital? Word of advice: worms. Turn back while you're still some gill to your name. Well, we've talked to every NPC, I think. Now we head back and talk to Tools. And I suspect he will try to quiz us on something. Or we'll come back and he'll be gone and Balthier will laugh at us for wasting money. I call this meeting to order. Tell me, boy, heard any rumors in town? Well, I heard about a man in Arcades who swindled for swindling's sake. Swindler's swindler. There's a fellow in the Alley of Low Whispers, come fresh from Arcades. Go and tell him what you've heard. What's that? The broker what took me in down here in Old Town? Hang on a minute. I thought that old geezer I passed just now looked familiar. Why, that little... Jules, where have you gone? Oh, there he is. You told him just as I told you. Good boy. Not sure what any of this has to do with us going up in this world. Oh, witness the power of knowledge, my boy. See, it begins. Fight, fight, fight! That bloke would come from the city's gone berserk. Now's our chance. Thanks, Jules. Never thought you'd go for such a meager price. Pirates should know the words, that words are worth gil, uncountable. Here's the words for you. The prodigal Bonanza son has come back to the Imperial Roost. The words of much value. Bah. Okay. I know for absolute certainty that I have never been to Arcades. So we are absolutely in territory I have never seen.
You're gaping like a fish out of water.
I'm just checking out the city. Even if it is the Empire.
You've changed, Vaughn. You were always marching to your own beat. Almost like you were impatient, even. In a good way.
Maybe it's because I've seen more now. Never imagined I'd ever come this far away from home. Hey, Lars is here in the city, isn't he? He's a tough one. I wonder how he's doing.
You always were a soft touch, Vaughn. You know what's amazing? I always thought I'd go my whole life without meeting people like the Princess or Lord Larsa. And here we are in the capital.
I know. It's a little over my head sometimes.
Good, Vaughn. You've come to understand the difficulties of serving royalty.
Hey, I'm just along for the ride.
That wasn't a complaint, was it, Bosch?
Right. Let's get moving.
Hey, don't change the subject.
Right.
We go our separate ways here, Vaughn. I have some business to attend to. We'll meet again later. Huh? Hey. Magic shot. Magic shot, very important. Ondaga. I actually expected there to be more, but I will accept it. I doubt there's going to be anything useful in the technique shop, but we'll check it anyway. Don't need it, but I'm gonna buy it anyway. Drop. Armor and weapons. And weapons more important than anything else. Mace. There's a big long arrow off to the right. We're gonna ignore that one for now. Definitely gonna need that one at some point. Go ahead and put that gambit on Vaughn. It can actually be his first gambit. Oh, what's that? If you lack a chop, you pay coin. That's 1 million gil, thank you. But that's crazy. Having a spot of trouble, are we? I have a message from Master Balthier. He's waiting in Central. Says to come quickly. On this? But we need a chop? What is a chop, anyway? When a boy wants information. That's right. A boy pays. 2,500 gil sounds about right. Why any upstanding citizen of the Empire carries a chop? It's a mark of status sometimes. A writ of transit others. If you were aiming to go to Central, where the gentry live, I'd think you'd need 3 chops. How do we get them? Like I've said, the key is knowledge, boy. You do your part on the street, talk to the right people, you'll earn your chops in no time. Oh, people in Arcades love doing good deeds. Why, if they're helping you out, it must mean they're superior. Understand, boy? Not sure I do, but I'll give it a try. Thanks, Jules. Friend of Master Balthier's is a friend of mine. What was that? Is he lying to us? Is he not like Fran? Is Fran about to rip out his spine? A new employee of mine broke an instrument on his first day in the lab. I really want to give him some words of encouragement, but I'm so busy. Worry not, I tell him. Such things only cost 1 million gil or so. Your concern should be of the bigger picture, not such trifling details. I want him to know I'm on his side, you see. What am I doing? I'm crying wares for the armorers. You should have a gander if you need all. When I get enough chops, I'll be riding in one of them cabs, and that'll be the end of all this. I'll be sitting pretty up in the eye garden, innit? Recently begun work at a laboratory. It's like heaven for me. Plenty to read and no one telling me I ought do otherwise. But the laboratory library is the envy of every student in the academy. There's no greater store of obscure text anywhere in Ivalice. I yearned for some new jewelry, and one ring in particular, a rare blue diamond. Saw it just yesterday. Yet we can ill afford such luxury. And you never know when we might need extra for emergency. Still, my husband's enterprise has done well. I'm sure we'll have enough gil soon. A new employee of mine broken. Okay, I've already talked to this one. Have you seen those chaps running pell-mell about the city? Newcomers are always this way, working up a sweat as they claw their way up the ladder. You look to be in much the same situation. As was I long ago. Never fear. You'll get there as I have. Chin up, onwards and upwards and all that. I've made a mistake, a horrible mistake, and I fear my superior is vexed. Quite vexed. That instrument I dropped. Oh dear. A message from my superior. Oh my. I'll wager she's just about had enough of me. Let's see. Only cost 1 million gil or so. 1 million? Cost that much? She doesn't want me to pay for it. Please, no. Her concern should be the bigger picture. I'll admit, I'm weak at the finer points, but doesn't mean to end my research, does she? Not such trifling detail. Trifling? Is that what I am? Trifling? I'm finished. That's what I am. I would be a fool to think otherwise. And to say such things through another, if she's to chastise me, I'd have her do it to my face. My thanks. Chop for your trouble. Okay, I didn't actually think that one would work. That's why I didn't read it out loud. But it did. The enterprise at which I'm employed has fallen on hard times. They've halved my wages. Halved. And things were going so well. How am I to tell my wife? I don't have the courage to face her. I can't go home like this. His wages halved? What ill tidings are these? And what of my blue diamond? Why, to afford it now, there's naught but my dowry purse to... Oh. Now there's a thought. I can't believe it never occurred to me before. I've more than enough gil to pay for a piffling diamond. A fine idea, my thanks. Yeah, I'm not stopping. Path to stardom is a difficult one, to be sure. To dance, to sing, all this takes great effort. And of course, you must know how to act. Imagine setting the stage aflame with but a word. I would be there. I would be that sort of star. And I would ask advice of a mentor. But what to ask? For many years, I researched but one thing, and when I'm retired, my daughter agreed to continue my work. How happy she made me. But the research knows no end. Someday I hope to see my daughter marry, bear children, but still, this great work will not be done. It is not in vain, no. Even though the pace may be slow, progress is being made. Such is the many-splintered thing that is scientific inquiry. I'm terribly sorry, darling, but I've given up on the stage. No more autographs, please. Very well, you may shake my hand if you want. Oh, you didn't... Pardon me, I assumed. I was an actress, you see. Quite famous in my day. I mistook you for an enthusiast. My apologies. The path to becoming a star? I don't believe such a thing exists, darling. At least it's not the sort of thing one can search for and hope to find. One must work and watch others work. One cannot sit about whiling away hours and pretend. Only through experience do you learn. I wore many guises in my working life. Armory clerk, airship attendant, personal secretary, headhunter, dread pirate, even the false queen of a lost land. Quite dangerous, that last one. Not recommended. I learned much, and my acting was enriched by it. Yet, when it no longer felt true, I had to leave. Ah, it's a splendid idea. I shall write a novella of my adventures. That is one thing I've yet to do. Take this, darling, for your excellent advice. I heeded my father's wishes and became a researcher at a laboratory, but my colleague's behavior has proven to be rather odd. I've thought on this a great deal, and I've decided it's time to leave. Yet my father was so happy, I've yet had the heart to tell him. Truth be told, our research project finished just the other day. It was quite a breakthrough. My father worked on it for tens of years. All those years without progress, then I join, and within a month it's done, and I still want to leave. However will I explain this to my father? What's this? My daughter? No, surely not. My daughter would never say such things. In case of mistaking identity, perhaps. What? The research complete? How many years did I toil finding nothing? That's my girl. Well, if she's finished her work, why stay any longer? Boy, I chop for you bringing me this news. Don't know who I am. The only philosopher of cuisine recognized by the Senate, that's who. Yet I must confess, I'm troubled of late. You see, in my profession, one eats rather a lot of excellent food, but with too much excellence, one forgets to enjoy it. I long to be stimulated. Somewhere there must be a revolutionary dish, made from naught but the best ingredients, by no one but the best chef in Arcades. I have trouble finding that one, but... My good husband works at Dracula Laboratory, and, well, I shouldn't say this, but he works on something so secret that he can't even tell me. Now, he's not the giving type, my husband, but just the other day he gave me the most unusual gift. A card. I've taken to carrying it around with me. It's quite odd, but I feel the strangest urge to spin my gill at the Raffle House. Or Stockman. Have you been to the requisite shop? I must say, they've done a splendid job of broadening their inventory of late. Quite a lot on the shelves. Ah, I've just remembered, my sister's been looking for a certain thing, and last I visited, they had just what she wants. Now, where could she be? Me? I've been running all about town trying to sell enough greens to please my partner. She wants to build a farm out in Cheetah, you see. What was she saying she'd run out of again? Noses of something? That weren't it. No time for pottering. Gotta sell, sell, sell. I do so love to cook. Why, the other day I held an impromptu party at my house and fed a new dish of mine to my closest acquaintances. Why, they told me 'twas a taste to tantalize the tongue of a philosopher of cuisine, yet their faces were sour as old manna cheese. My new dish was terrible, I'm sure of it. I invited them back, of course, to no reply. Could it truly have been so bad? A revolutionary dish? Well, I suppose one could call my new creation that. I'd be happy to give some to this gentleman you speak of. I used the base of pureed tomatoes, you see, adding to it several fish bones, upon which I poured rich caramel sauce. Truth be told, I had quite a bit left over, and was wondering what to do with it. Here, take this chop and thanks. Unless you'd like some food. No. Thank you, though. You know the tarot? I'm the reader here in town. You might try a modern city would have a small use for such things, yet I felt just the opposite. And indeed, my prediction was correct. Yet another unforeseen problem has shown itself in the cards. My readings reveal only tragedy. That is to say, whenever I deal the cards for someone, they meet with horrible ill luck, almost as if my readings themselves beckon misfortune. I've been writing novels in between trips, each one I think to make of the moving tale of tragic love, the sort of thing make grown men weep rivers. But when I sit down to read what I've written, I find it quite happy, droll even. Why could I not write something truly miserable? Hello there. You haven't dropped a letter, have you? You see, I found one on the street, and I couldn't help but, read it. It said, "This is an epistle of love. Epistle to love. Freely have I released it. Should it return to me, then shall my love be made true." And that was all. Odd, wouldn't you agree? I do wonder what it all means. I feared for a moment that were I to find the writer, I would be propositioned on the spot. A groundless fear, but caution never hurts. Oh, wait. It gave me the option to commit this to memory. Okay. Oh, I can only do one at a time. Okay. I thought of vacation in Bajerba, you see, but I run a small enterprise and just haven't had enough time to find the time. For my good fortune, I was recently permitted to go on leave. Straight away, I went to reserve a ticket, and to my misfortune, the tour was full. I'm sorry, I cannot help myself. I'm in love. With whom? It's a secret. Why, I've not even told him. Why not? Well, I wrote a letter, an epistle to love, and I'll not confess my love until that letter finds its way back to my hand. Romantic, no? How did you know of the letter? Does this mean my love is not to be? You've come to return my letter? How foolish I must have seemed. I'm so sorry. So he did pick up my letter. How do I know who it was? Because I placed it in such a way that he would see it first, of course, being sure to stay out of sight. Many thanks for coming to tell me. Nice to know fate has triumphed once more. Here's the chop. Alright, let's go back to the helpful brother. I've been waiting for an item I've wanted for such a long time. The proprietor said she'd ordered one straight away, but that was over a month ago. My brother keeping an eye out for me, but he's not one to remember such things. Oh well, I suppose I shall have to make do without. Really? So he did remember. I must go to the store before someone else buys it. Thank you for the tip. Here's the chop. Tours of the aerial gardens in Bajerba are quite popular these days. Why, just a short while ago, I had to turn someone away from a full tour. Wouldn't you know that the next moment we had a cancellation? Pity that poor lady did so want to go. She must still be nearby. I thought to vacation in Bajerba, you see. Yes, you're you. What's that? A cancellation? Wonderful! My gratitude for coming to tell me. Every good deed deserves a chop. This custom. Here's yours. Headhunters employ gambits during battle to aid their judgment, correct? Now, what I've been pondering is, what about a gambit for the market? I know gambits can go awry if you don't keep an eye on them, but think of the coin you can make. Gil, gil, and more gil. That's worth any risk. Fresh vegetables. Get your fresh vegetables. Why, yes, they're all farm grown. None of those magic greens here. All natural, all delicious. Of course, people used to scoff at my greens, but the taste is undeniable. I have so many loyal customers now, I'm rather overtaxed. Oh, and I've run out of ears, too. Pardon. Why, ears of corn, of course. Wherever has my associate gone? We can't keep customers waiting. Alright, I know this where this person is. He was in this vicinity. There he is. Oh, ears of corn, that was it. Hang about. Remember seeing an empty corn bin at the storehouse. Probably forgotten there's none left. Making a fair few gil is all well and good, but when you've got to get too busy, you start forgetting stuff. Here's a chop. Anyway, thanks for reminding me. Fortune teller that sees only misfortune? Why, of course. I cannot write what I don't know, after all, and my life has been such a happy one. To have a mind to visit this reader of the cards and see what tragedy lies in store for me. My thanks to you. A chop for your advice. I think perhaps that this card might be one of these gambits. In truth, I find it quite unsettling and was contemplating getting rid of it. Yet it was a gift from my husband. I suppose I couldn't just give it away. I'm not even sure what it truly is. I thank you for your story, however. Here's a chop. May it serve you in good stead. And we have a bot in the chat, everybody. A bot in the chat. Oh, we've got a lot of chops now. But we must keep going. My nephew's collecting these gambit things, so I thought I'd see what all the fuss is about. I must admit they're prettier than expected. Alright, looks like there are not people to deal with in here. having trouble putting a man I met, a business associate of my father, from my mind. He was so dashing, so mysterious. Of course, I'm certain a gentleman of his means would be I don't know what that word is. Affiance? At the very least? Of course. That's why my mother to buy tickets to the farce. Yet I bought on one too many. Oh, my mother despises waste. I shall be punished for sure. Was born of Empire, raised by Empire, and within her walls did I grow old. Yet this city was not always grand, nor the Empire always prosperous. Youths today, they know only of her glory and nothing of her history. How little they think on the sacrifices of the past. It troubles me. Money is like to a seed, do you not agree? Keep it locked away, and it is as something dead. Yet use it poorly, and it will never live. There must be someone used for my money, for I would have it live, and if I could but find the hands to tend it, I would gladly share its fruit. An elderly friend, a count musician by trade. To hear him play the lute, you would think it sang. Yet of late his fingers fail him. He said that he wanted to hear a song he used to play, so I sent a lutist to play it for him. Yet they seem a rare breed these days. Well, she needed one more ticket for the farce? Then Lady Luck has smiled upon me. This is better than any instrument, any amusement. A chop for your trouble. The population of this great city continues to soar, and buildings sprout like toadstools under the rain in this unruly garden of Arcades. My consortium too is in the business of building, yet frankly, popular design gives me indigestion. Oh, for a man who is both architect and artisan. I've worked so hard and so long, all for money, and indeed I've accumulated some wealth, yet I've realized I want neither money nor power. Both I've had, and neither satisfy me. I found out what I wanted when I met her, my client's daughter. The moment I saw her, I knew. What? He said that about me? Or true? And is he sure? Perhaps he meant another? If it is truly me he's after, I certainly accept. I do believe I'm overjoyed. Look, it's not much, but I've been saving this chop for a special occasion. Well, take it as yours. We live in an empire, but it was not always so. How did it come to be? Military might? Wise rule? No, it must take more than these things. How can we hope to carry the Empire's glory into the future if we don't know our past? Yet our academies teach us very little of our true history. What's that? You have an acquaintance who knows much of history? How long I've sought for this. Thank you, good sir. Thank you. Please accept this chop for the glory of the Empire. How many years have I trained, and still they mock my designs? Tradition, fie! What good building ought that is already built? Oh, we found your architect, buddy. Where are you at? One who understands the art and architecture need not be opposed to one another? Good tidings, these. I feel a design coming on. Yes, a masterpiece. Ah, boy, in my business it is customary to thank those who find us work. A chop for your job. There are those who make crafts and sell them at market. I make not crafts, but music. But my lute's soothing voice do I earn my daily bread. There was a time when I did quite well by it, too. Sadly, people nowadays seem to enjoy cacophonous marches. You have the ear for the lute's quiet soul. Someone seeks a lutist. You're sure? How long I've waited. I would love nothing more than to play to an appreciative listener. I thank you for this, good sir. Here, a chop bearing the mark of the lute. It is yours. It's been 5 years since I finally quit my lodgings in old Arcades, yet still I lack the gil to open a boutique of my own. My lady wished to open a boutique, you say? This bears further inquiry. I would meet with her. Who knows where our discussion might lead? Such meetings are fertile soil for enterprise. Here's a chop for your aid. How many do I have now? 18 pinewood chops. I do so hate to boast, but Reginald is quite the brightest child. I blush to confess he has his mother's wit. Imagine my surprise when my dear Reginald's tutor decided to abandon us without saying a word. Quite irresponsible. Quite. A tutor by trade am I, yet of late unemployed. Why? My pupils transferred to Bujabra, leaving me to seek out a new charge. It's grown harder in recent years to pass the examinations. Yet I have utmost confidence in my ability to prepare any student. Ah, straight to the point. Leave it to me, good sir. A child under my care is a future academic. Here, a chop for in payment for your kind word. Remember how I said I'm certain I've never been to Arcades? I'm still certain I've never been to Arcades, but I remember Pinewood chops for some reason. My beau and I have been working together of late. We've got quite a stack of chops to show for our troubles too. A full 8 and 20 of them. I must tell him the good news. My husband was a judge, fine one at that, filled with righteousness and justice, our house's pride, the pride too of our borough. It was his very own sense of justice that brought his end, to die attempting to save a child's life, and the child of a foeman, no less. How like it. Seen a swindler about? Not that you'd know if you did. He's a master of disguise. Why, he's dressed like me and walked off with my earrings. If I don't find him quickly, I'm ruined. Finished. End of story. I can't go back to scratching for Gil in Old Town. How'd he imitate me so well? Here in the capital, if you take pride in your work and do right by your customers, anyone can make a decent living. Now your regular chops are made of pine, but the nobles use chops of sandal. Sweet-smelling things, those. My girlfriend and I will get them someday. What's that? 8 and 20 chops already? That's a fine amount, to be sure. But tell her this. Try to float up to Highgarden, and you'll drift down off with the clouds. First, get a firm footing down here, then build your way up, brick by brick. A traveling mummer taught me this one. He used to live here in the city, so he said. My dear husband's mother has asked for a trinket from Giza Plains. Never so particular, though, so I'm having a Giza craftsman come here. Speaking of which, he should be here by now. My good husband's mother is a fickle woman, and I do hope she does not see fit to change her mind. You know, I'm oft told I have a knack for magics. Of course, I have little coin to buy such things. I should be handling magics, not turnips. My anniversary's coming up, see? Haven't got a lot of gil, but I still bought the missus something special. You guess what it is? A necklace. Of course, it's well hidden. I'm not stupid. I put it well back in the wardrobe, where she's sure not to find it. Just between you and me, right? Did you see the mummer? Did you? I truly despise his kind. Who would want to watch such rubbish? Can he possibly hope to glean enough gil by his prancing to survive or raise a family? After all those years of trading, they end up impoverished. Will soon be my wedding anniversary. What shall I give my dearest? Reminds me, I found the oddest thing. A fine necklace at the back of the wardrobe. If only I could remember when I bought it. But no matter, I've sold the thing now. We live well enough, but it's hard to save. I needed the gil to buy my dearest what he deserves. I do so enjoy traveling, seeing flora and fauna of faraway places. Save for those flora and fauna with fangs, perhaps some armor isn't worth. Or so I thought, but I didn't. Did you know heavy armor leaves stripes and sores on them? And lumbering laden in metal does not a pleasant holiday make. Put our fingers to the bone for these chops. Alas, with the knack for magic, yet no guild to pay for it. How fortunate for her. I was thinking of starting a program for scholars in need. Of course, there will be an examination, but if she truly does have the knack, that should be little trouble. Here, a chop for the information. What? You bought the necklace for me? As my anniversary present? Oh dear, whatever shall I do? First things first, I'll have your silence on this. Not a peep to him. Not even a meaningful glance. I'll pay you not to speak. Are we agreed? I never went up here. Seen a swindler about. Not that you know it if you had. He's a master of disguise. Why, dressed like me and walked off with my earrings. If I don't find him quick, I'm ruined. Oh. Travel? My work has taken me far and wide. I'm on the road 6 months of the year. Danger and near misses daily affairs. Of course, I take care to wear the proper protectives, and my sword arm's good enough to hold off your average felled beast. A woman traveler concerned about armor, you'd say. Certainly heavy armor is just that, heavy. But I'd worry more about beasts and bruises. Me, I find my greatest foe on the road is solitude. You said this lady you spoke to enjoys traveling. Perhaps you might arrange a meeting? So the client was looking for me as well now. That's a relief. I'm ready to get this your job done and get home to my woman. But blinded by guilt was I that I didn't even think to look at a map. Who knew Arcades was so far away? That reminds me. They gave me this chop as a retainer, but I have no need of such a thing here. Oh, to be a judge. To bring order and peace to the world. And that's just the morning's work. Oh, how does one become a judge anyway? One wanting to be a judge. Well, whoever they might be, I have advice for them. If they seek to be a judge for the sake of justice, no good will come of it. Please tell him this. Tell him that above all else, his family must come first. Peace is a frail bloom that grows only in the soil of a family's love. Are you utterly daft? The one who's looking for the swindler is the swindler. Don't you see? He's the oldest trick of the Grimoire, my boy. What's that? He's still nearby. Good. Time to put an end to this once for all. Don't worry. You'll have my gratitude and a bit in your pocket. Told you I detest the mothers. I'd sooner watch the mating dance of a What? My mother was weeping? Reminiscing, no doubt. My father was a mummer, you see. He could never earn enough to put food on our table. Try as he might, eventually it broke him. He fell ill, and to buy a salve he borrowed, and so he worked. Though he was sick and made little, yet how can not hope to repay him not? One day a lord came calling, a man of means he was, and he offered to take my father's debt on his own, provided my father left his wife. Then the lord turned and proposed marriage to my mother, for she was a rare beauty in her day. My father told her she would go with him. I was torn, too, from my father. I wept. I never saw him again. Nor can I say where he is. I heard rumor he had moved far away, that is all. If he had not been so drunk with the mummer's life, it never would have come to that. You see, I have reason to hate the prancing fool. And I have spoken over much. My apologies. Though, tale told, I feel better. Please, take this chop for being so kind to listen. I think I've done everything here. Little hard to say though, but yeah, we've done everything here. I need one more. Okay, I'm sure I've done all the ones here. The chances are if I missed one, it was probably in the first area. I may not look it, but I'm quite athletic. You know, my family boasts a grand line of gamesmen, known for their skill at work as well as games. As said, my brother is overly fond of dusty old tomes. He spends most of his time with his nose in one. Why, do you know what he told me? He said, "Good sister, on the morrow I shall go to the laboratory and become a researcher. I'll become as stiff and sedentary as a researcher." My sister seems overly concerned with my health. You should know I get proper exercise, at least an hour a day, in the games room at the laboratory. Unusual for a laboratory man, I know. I suppose it's in the blood, but sport, or rather the exercise involved, is a subject of my research. You see, I'm jolly interested in how the body's energy might be regulated to lend strength to those muscles most taxed by given action. I thank you for your kindness in relaying my dear sister's concern. Here. This should serve you in good stead during your time at Arcades. Okay. We have all the chops. Congratulations on getting your sandalwood. This designates you as a most promising audit. Why, you might even make gentry one day. Those with sandalwood may ride cabs and get into Central. Bugles appears to be gone. Is that a sandalwood shop I see? Very well. This cab is for Tin Noble, good sir. Take me there. so pleased you could join me. Jules had a morsel for us. A light airship used by Draclor researchers is just up ahead. We'll take that and go in through the service entrance. Let's make haste, shall we?
The accomplices of the Senate have been quelled, Your Honour. Our forces sustained but light casualties.
You have leave to withdraw. One detachment will remain here to guard Draclaw.
My lord.
Do you think they're onto us?
It would seem not, though this will make our task more difficult still.
No entry to Central at this time, and refrain from suspicious behavior until things settle down. You know what I mean. I'm terribly sorry, but there's been an emergency. No one is allowed to enter Central at this time. Please come again. Certainly took your time getting here, didn't you? I'll sing the sights, perhaps. Not likely. Do you know how long it took to get the chops to get here? What's that? But I gave Jules some chops. Jules? A squad of judges has been sent to Draclor. You'll find their service entrance a rather difficult proposition, I'm afraid. Your doing, no doubt. You knew how the Ministry of Law would move, so you had Vaughn out collecting chops until the judges could reinforce Dracula. Of course. Tell me, how much did the Ministry pay for word of the prodigal son? The Ministry? Oh, judges make poor customers. Too many rules, too many laws. Perhaps you didn't know, Master Balthier, that Draclor is a toy box these days, filled with your Lord Father's conceits. All developed without the Senate's knowledge, of course. Why, not even the Emperor knew the full extent of Dr. Sid's operations. Now, here's the catch. Since Vane had himself declared dictator, nary a peep has come out of that laboratory. I know people who would sell their own mom for the mere scrap of information about the goings-on inside Dracula. People like Rosarian sympathizers worried about the Empire's weapons programs, and anyone else who might be opposed to House Solidor's hegemony. So, we create a disturbance and you get your windfall of dirt on Dracula. And in exchange for your service, I've spoken to the cabbie. When he asks where you want to go, tell him you know where to go. Simple no? Ah, a deal brokered in true Arcades fashion. Why, it's just like old times, Jules. Brings a tear to the eye. Good to be back, eh? Our regards to your Lord Father. Master Framarin? Or Master Balthier? Anon, anon. You want to go there, eh? You sure? Alright, all aboard. Those Jules. Some old friend of yours, Balthier? You two seem close. Close enough for fisticuffs. Driver, faster if you please. I would be loath to expend any of the violence of my present mood on my companions. Sir? Yes, sir.
Where to?
Come, this way.
It's too quiet.
Passing strange. There are supposed to be guards here.
Maybe you were just lucky, huh?
Maybe you're just optimistic.
Something may be afoot. We proceed with caution.
No time for caution. Step to it. Sid's chambers are on the top level.
Something doesn't look right about my audio levels. So, just a moment. Well, I guess I can't go back and check, so. Oh, we will check. Pardons if this causes a feedback loop. No, I don't see anything. Sounds fine. Look at this. Are you with him? And the music is rather enthusiastic in here. think you'll get away with this? Stay away from Dr. Sid.
He's had visitors. One's lacking manners by the look of it.
Someone after the Nethicite?
The XII, was it? 6 years, and ever since you got back, this. What madness found you there?
Up above us! Drop bulkheads 5 and 8! Be to it!
They found us.
He's earlier visitors, more like. We should lie low for now.
No, we'll use their confusion. We need to find Sid now.
You lock the door behind us? What's going on? There's soldiers in the laboratory. Has there been an intruder? The bulkheads are functioning. We're safe. The bulkheads, red and blue, are activated alternately. When one opens, the other locks. No one who wasn't intimately familiar with the workings of the laboratory can get through. The guards will find them soon enough. Then who might you be? Someone that you just told how the security system works. For the record, if you have ever seen a news press conference or an interview on the news or anything or an article where someone is talking to an executive or upper management of a company and they're talking about details on how their security system works, somewhere there is a security engineer banging his head into the desk. Because that is information that is mostly useless to the people who need it, but very useful for those who want to break it. Alright, I'm gonna keep the bulkheads as they are until I have explored the area. But that door is closed. Quite a commotion outside. Hard to concentrate with such a racket. I have all the latest manufactured Nethicite data, yet Dr. Sid is unreachable. Perhaps he's pondering the mysteries of the universe on 70. Okay, now we toggle bulkheads. combat. That'll increase her damage, but it'll drastically lower her defense by taking the shield away, so. But, always good to have more gear. Never know when you might need it. If it will let me, we'll go back down to 66. I gotta wait for him to get off here. Must fully explore every floor, after all. There. Oh. We got jumped from behind and I didn't see it. There's no way for me to toggle the bulkheads down here, so. Up to 68, where we've never been. I suspect in this room I can toggle the bulkheads. Which actually will at some point let us access the elevator in this form so we can go back down to 66 and finish exploring there. Rats! I am going to use this is a dangerous room. Please don't be another room full of rats. Okay, it's another bulkhead toggling room. Okay, I like that enemies actually spawn from locations. Like, they come out of doors, they come out of elevators. judge. Why does that exist? Okay, in this case, I actually need Fawn. I run. No. Phoenix down. On Fran.
I'm sorry.
No, we need Vaughn. Swap Ash out for Bosch. After we equip him with his gear, of course. Well, that went very badly. Okay. Watch. There. This leads nowhere. We need to toggle back, go back around to the other side, and toggle it over there. Explore the other side of the floor. That was a little bit of a rough fight. Okay, this is where we need to go to get higher than 68. But I want to go back to areas we couldn't go before on 66. And well, more levels are always nice. It might actually not be possible to do what I'm trying to do. I think this hallway might have a bulkhead on both sides of it, so it's always closed. No, we can get through. Now this side is open. Goodbye, streak. That was a good hit vault there. Flip it back. Because we haven't explored down that way yet. Probably means whatever is in here is going to kill us. No, there's people in here. I already took care of the monster in the North Lab, so thank you. Oop. Once again, a room I need to check. probably not useful, but we'll see. The exploration in this place has been very complex, but not terribly rewarding so far. And now we need to work our way back, because we fully explored this place. Elevator here, but with no controls. I'm gonna guess maybe a shortcut. Yeah, shortcut for later would be my guess. Alright. Back up to 68. Hopefully there aren't a swarm of judges here again. Good. Skips floor 69 and goes straight to 70.
My apologies. You bear not the stench of Sid's lackeys.
And you are our earlier visitor.
Yes, a valuable man, one I'd sooner not lose. Yet he knows too much.
Sid, you know Deifacted Nethicite brought down the Leviathan. How can you persist in this folly?
And you've come here to stop me. I'd fain see you try.
Consider your bones, old man. You're outmatched.
Pirate scum of the skies. What brings you here?
Treasure. What else would a pirate want? We'll take the Dusk Shard.
You've come all this way for that trinket. I thought you were above this. What's that? The Princess of Dalmasca come to visit. She's not entirely without merit. A test of sorts for our princess?
You're a babbling fool.
A trial for a Shelia Banargin Dalmasca!
You lust for the stone's power, do you not?
Lend him not your ears, milady. He means to use you.
Manufactured nethicite, like Bergen.
How could you do this? How could you fall this far?
Alright, I think I actually need Vaughn for this. Or not. Alright, Balthier, we're going to need you to stop that.
Always hiding behind your toys. Pity if anything were to happen to them.
Alright, now if I swap Vaughn in, what happens? Okay, they can all cast Reflect. I see treasure chests that I want to go grab. I assume they'd be grabbable after the fight, but
It pains me to inform you that your time here is over. The curtain falls. Farewell!
Need to remember to make sure everybody has their mist. At least one level of it. Because I've so far been basically ignoring it. Kill stealer.
You shouldn't have.
This creature. So this is your Vina.
A Shelia Benargan Dalmasca? Just how far will you go for power? Does your lust for Nethicite consume you? Am I right? I am, aren't I? A worthy daughter of the Dynast King. You would do well to go to Giruvegan. Who knows? You may receive a new stone for your trouble.
Your words mean nothing to me!
The reins of history back in the hands of man. I too make for Giruvegan. Give chase if you dare it.
Hate it when he does that.
Mayhaps you think me remiss, the Lady Ash of Dalmasca? The Sky Pirate Rethus, at your employ.
Another Sky Pirate.
The Imperial Senate, powerless to resist House
We earned
Solidor's
some
brutal
prelude.
purge, was dissolved. Vayne Solidor reigned supreme over the Empire. Though this upheaval shook the Imperial Bastion to its foundation, these developments were, to say the least, welcomed by her military. The authoritarian rule of the judges, in tandem with the impending threat of Rosarian invasion, served to foster camaraderie among its ranks. For our part, the Resistance mustered strength in the border skies, making ready for the task ahead. A war to decide the doom of Ivalice would soon be upon us.
So Andor, you know this is a bad idea. Why?
Squads Flametongue and Uganex are away. All ships reporting in. They're breaking to begin ship-to-ship maneuvers against us.
All hands, full ahead flank.
We shall make ready to repel their attacks. Counter-air. Track them as though they were the enemy.
Counter-air, to your stations.
A dispatch from Naldoa Command, Excellency. The Sky Pirate has left Arcadian airspace. He makes for Balfonheim with the Lady Ash and her party.
It is good to know the lady still lives. But what of our bid for the stone?
With the stone or without, our resistance should prove an even match for the Imperial army. These weeks of training have honed our edge.
I pray 'tis sharp enough.
They choose to supply the resistance, yet raise not a sword in aid. What city could do this?
A city of men without countries, pirates of the sea and of the sky. Few are they who would fain lay down their lives for a friend, let alone a king.
The Marquis. He is set on war?
The time approaches when he must make his position vis-a-vis the Empire clear. When he helped you off the Leviathan, he spited the judges full sore. He cannot sit in idleness and expect to avoid a reckoning. The Marquis shares my distaste for war. Yet, if it comes to it, he will show no quarter.
For the time being, we will continue to train the Resistance army. Enough power on our side, and even Vayne may see the appeal of the treaty table.
Yet Vayne holds the Nethicite. What makes you think he would treat when he holds such power? Power enough to sink the Leviathan.
All the more reason for me to support your infiltration of the capital. You said it yourself. The Nethicite is a powerful weapon. I would have you acquire it for me.
I have not said I would give you the Midlight Shard.
If there is no stone, I would have to look elsewhere for aid.
Then you would ally with Rosaria.
As I must. Failure's not an option.
It's just what Vayne wants. He lures the Rosarians and the Resistance to the field, then crushes both with the Nethicite.
I think not. Cid has a stone. We grab it and smash it to pieces with the Sword of Kings. Vayne will be left holding nary a thing. Time is short. We follow Cid. He's heading towards Giruvegan.
Giruvegan.
It is told of in a song of my people. On the farthest shores of the river of time, shrouded deep in the roiling mist, the Holy Land sleeps, Giruvegan. Who knows the paths, the way to its doors?
Then you seek the Yogg Defour. Deep within the jungle of Golmore, there is a corner of the Feywood where a mist storm surges and seethes.
And that's it. Let's go.
Right.
Not coming with us? Forget your precious Nethicite already?
Cid's words rang hollow to me. I will follow another course.
Ah, another lead then, is it? You're well informed.
I could well say the same to you, pirate.
Hurry it up, or we'll leave without you.
Ah, Vaughn. I've had some of my men check on this Feywood. Best ask what they've found.
Okay. Thanks for the help, brothers.
Fly first, ask questions later. Your apprentice is more pirate than you.
I don't have an apprentice.
Princess Ash, I would hear your heart. If Dr. Cid has spoke the truth, you may well be rewarded with more Nethicite in Giruvegan. Tell me, do you still desire the stone?
I desire its power. I want, yet I also fear. I must protect Dalmasca. I can't afford to fear anything.
Do not forget Nabudis. That is my only counsel for you.
Ah, our guest. Have you finished talking with Lord Redis? I suppose you'll be wanting to hear about the Feywood. Frickin', why must we aid these people? They seek only to further their own ends, and care little for our Lord's wants, if at all. These people? I see only a boy, and it's by Lord Redis's command. If you have concerns... I've got me a nose for ill intent. I'll take the measure of it. Aye, not bad at all. He measures up quite nicely. This one means no harm to Lord Redis. Measure? You barely measure up to his waist, and that's counting the parrot. Your concern duly noted. I, for one, plan on following Lord Redis's orders. Do as you please, but know that no good will come from this. I apologize. Pay her no mind. Where was I? Ah yes, south of the vast Galmore jungle in the Kerwin, there lies a place known as the Feywood. The mist there is far denser than most, and even should you make it through that, there's no way to guarantee you'll make it past what lies beyond. Aye, he speaks of the hidden trial of the Feywood, which must be passed to open the gate to the Holy Land of Gravegan. Alright, game, I need a save crystal. Would you be so kind as to provide one? We've got a weapon shop and technique place. I'll investigate both of those. Deathbringer. Yeah, it didn't make a lot of money fighting those guys in the dungeon. I could probably sell all my spears, but I could always respec again so that they're actually useful, so... Don't have any money. I ignore the board for now. Mostly just because I need to call it, so I need a save crystal. Well, I definitely should have checked a magic store before I, yeah. Lazaga is probably the most important thing right now. Maximize our damage output. There we are, save crystal. Alright guys, that is where we are going to call it for the night, and I will be back tomorrow with more Factorio. Until then, I want to thank y'all for joining me. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good night.